Hey everyone, Dockwell here, and welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a different video, and hopefully I'll be doing more of these into the future. I think it's a pretty good idea. But basically, I'm just going to be showing you my games, and any games that I'm kind of stomping, or playing really well, and I just want to show you what to do in basically my bracket or below. Because I'm, right now, this account, my account is around 4.5k. I was D-ranked like 2,000 MMR, almost like 1.5k, between 1.5 and 2k MMR with the Glyco system because I hadn't played in a while because I took some time off for various things in life. But in any case, I'm still kind of like gaining MMR, getting my way back to where I was. I'm getting closer, but in any case, sometimes I can just like stomp games pretty hard, and so I think it's good for you to see that because I'm not smurfing, but it does feel like, you know, sometimes these games don't have the highest skill, and just to show you what it looks like to just stomp a game at my MMR or anything lower than that. And so sometimes I think with high MMR players like 8, 9, 10k or whatever, you know, the pro players, the streamers, what they do is going to be sometimes a little bit different because what they can expect from their laning partner, what they can expect from the enemy team, it can be a lot different because everyone's way higher skill. Now, obviously, people complain about them being bad, etc., but you know, like, streamers are always like, oh, this guy's bad. And that, yeah, it might be true comparatively, but that guy, because he's at that MMR, unless he's an account buyer, is going to be pretty good. And so, to see one of my games, how do we play at this, like, lower MMR? What are, like, the principles, like, the basics? Not all this, like, you know, meta thinking of, well, I know the enemy team's good, and they're going to do this, all this kind of stuff, but just the basics of how to carry a game from, like, Divine and below. So anyway, that's kind of what my thinking is for these videos. I'll probably explain that in some of the other ones when I started. But in any case, I'm just going to show you, maybe not the whole video, just like the sections. So various sections like the laning phase and stuff, and kind of talk to you about what I'm thinking in each one of these parts of the game. So if you've been watching it all while I'm talking, you can kind of see, like, my main strategy here is I know Viper is a hero that, like, I'm just going to get clicked all the time. So I'm just creep aggroing like crazy. Like, I'm just, every chance I get, I'm creep aggroing. So you see, I just kind of walk up. The thing is, I have to get a little bit close there because this, like, tree is super annoying. It, like, blocks their vision of me, so it's harder to creep aggro. But you can see I'm just, like, trying to creep aggro as much as possible. As long as they don't have vision, or as long as they have vision of me, the creeps can actually see me. I can actually creep aggro. But you can see what I'm doing there. And you can also see that, look at my item build. You can see I have stuff to get a Wraith Band, and then I have stuff to get a Wand. But this guy doesn't actually cast spells. His Q doesn't count. And then Nyx does cast spells, but it's really just stun. It's not like he's spamming them. So instead of getting, like, one of these smaller items, I just choose to go straight up boots first, because it's going to help me to, like, get distance away from Viper whenever he's spitting on me. So that's, like, the main thing. And then I'm actually just going to be skipping these other items as well and going straight into the Battle Fury item, the Cornucopia or whatever it's called, that gives me regen, because that's what I need to be against Viper, because I'm not going to be man-fighting Viper. I'm, like, never getting kills in this lane. I'm just farming. So that's, like, my main goal. And I know my farm isn't going to be, like, perfect, but, you know, like, if you look over here, my last hits, I'm still pretty much top of the last hit charts. Like, I'm only 2 behind the Lycan, 1 behind the Alchemist here. And, I mean, for a, like, melee versus Viper lane, that's pretty good, especially because his support has a stun. Also, in this game, my support is playing, like, basically perfectly. I mean, he hasn't really been casting spells very much, which is not great. Like, he hasn't really been harassing. But I'd honestly rather him just do this than feed. And he stacked the small camp. He made sure that they're not able to pull. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, he blocked this camp. He stacked this camp. And he made sure this was unblocked. It's, like, perfect. He's doing exactly what you want. Because this lane would be atrocious if this was blocked and this was unblocked and they were just pulling. Then it would just be, like, hell. I don't know if I would have had that good of a lane. So this guy's just doing almost everything I could expect someone at this MMR to do. It's just, like, making sure the pulls are fine, that the enemy's not just denying me all this XP. He's not feeding to the Viper, which is definitely something someone could do at this MMR, like any MMR. And he's getting stack pulls off and stuff and just, like, securing my farm. So I'm able to have a decent laning phase. So anyway, that's kind of the laning phase. I mean, that's just my thoughts. I pretty much do exactly the same thing. And I'm just being kind of relaxed, like, just being chill. You don't try to be extra aggressive. You know, they have a stun. They have Viper. There's no reason to just go ham and go insane. You also see I'm not really using mana, but if I don't need to, like, I probably could pop the healing ward here, but like I'm not that low, and I still have decent regen, 4 regen a second, like especially when I'm under tower most of the time. Like it's not that big of a deal to pop it, so I'm just kind of gonna save mana, gonna save it for maybe another time, and he gives me a tango there, so I'm all good. So like I have really not used a single spell, and that's on purpose because I'm pretty much just saving my spells for healing ward or potential spin to get out of like a sticky situation. That's kind of why. So here I go for the last hit because it's an important one. I see that they're kind of going aggressively, and the tower's going to basically hit this guy a lot. So now I just go in on them, and then I know level 4 Viper, like it's not that he's bad. It's just that there's not like his Qs aren't that good against me at level 4. Like he has level 2 in his Q probably. So I know that basically I have no choice but to man fight him. And so that's why I do that there, because I get the kill on the Nyx, and then I say, okay, well, this guy's already spit on me like 4 times or something like that, or 3 times, or whatever it was. So I can't run away. Like, if I just run away, like, I'm going to die, because I'm going to move at like 10 moves. So I just man up on the guy, and then thankfully my friend there, TPs, he's not actually my friend, I'm just saying my teammate. My teammate TPs, which is really, really good. So my supports are playing, like, insanely good at this level. Like, and this thing is not just because, like, I'm at a higher MMR than maybe you guys are. It's because like these guys are actually playing insanely well, where my teammates aren't always this good. So anyway, you can see that the only way I ever got aggressive was because they dove tower basically, and my support kind of made them use a lot of resources. And you can see I would go back in here and pull, so even if your supports aren't doing it, you can do it because the wave is pushing, so that way I can get my wave back under. I kind of look at this just to see, do I want to go there? So this is a thing where like a better player than me would already have looked and know exactly what they want to do, because I missed the last hit on one of those creeps. But like I was debating, do I want to like go over here and, you know, contest this wave at all? Like is there a lot of experience dying and gold dying that I should be there for? But it turns out it was only like 2 creeps. That's not a big deal, and it's very dangerous to walk up there, so I just decided not to. And so that's the laning stage. I'm probably not going to talk about it much more. You know, I have pretty much my items here. I do finish the Wraith Band and then go into my treads, and then we're just going straight into the Battle Fury. And so there's not really not much else to say. Now is the point where I can kind of just like push the wave and farm jungle if I want to. So that's pretty much what we're going to see here. I don't really have much else to say, I think, for the most part in the laning stage. So why don't we just fast forward a bit.
Thanks for playing Dota 2. Double kill.
Alright, now, basically, here's what I want to show you. Maybe I'll go back a little bit. So basically, I'm farming my way through the jungle here. I was pushing lane and then pushing this, but then like they brought heroes, so they killed the tower. And then I see that they're top. So I just basically go mid because I see their top and their bottom. So I basically know that there's no one mid, and there's an opportunity to pressure. And so this is how, and then I spin this wave just to like push as fast as possible, because I know that like eventually players at my bracket are like smart enough that they're not just gonna like let this happen for free probably. So I just want to push it as fast as possible. So I just keep hitting here because I mean, he's not hitting the healing ward. I know once he turns around, he eventually is going to hit the healing ward. I also know they don't really have stuns. Like, Nyx is their only hero that has a stun. So I was pretty safe there considering who was bottom. Now, I was a little extra greedy. But especially once I saw the Lycan TP, like, I was like, I don't think the Nyx is here. There's no way they're doing that. I think Nyx was bottom, though, as well. I mean, we can see him bottom currently. So I just kept hitting because I knew there was pretty much no chance he was going to kill me. That's an Alchemist with no farm. I don't go mid now, though, because they are, like, pretty strong, and I don't have spin. I just have ult, and I need to finish my Battle Fury. So, thankfully, we have Underlord TPing mid. But these are, like, the important parts of carrying that, like, looking for opportunities on the map to both farm and push, like, a lane. So, mid, you know, they were top and they were bottom, so I pushed mid. But, like, I kind of farmed my way there. Then, when they TP'd heroes, I backed off. Now I'm going top, and I was half health, so I'm just summoning this to make sure Nyx doesn't come on, like come to my lane and just like hit me and kill me. I'm pretty sure he was bottom though. Then like you want to use any opportunity that you can to use spin with this hero, obviously, to farm as quickly as possible. So I'll spin down camp sometimes, or I'll spin down full waves if I can. I leave that there because I'm almost full health. I don't really care. And now I'm almost to my Battle Fury, but you can see like I'm really not doing anything special. I'm just like spinning waves. And then going jungle, so I'm like pushing the wave as fast as possible. That's kind of what you want to do in the hero. You just like spin the wave very quickly so that like the wave pushes in, so then you can farm backwards. And then I can just farm this whole thing. And now I'm just going to be like farming. I'm literally just probably going to do this for the next like 5 minutes. And I'm not going to participate at all. I just got my Battle Fury, I think. It's flying to me. And like, I don't want to, like, I'm farming to get my Battle Fury. And now that I have my Battle Fury, I don't want to stop farming. Like, I just want to keep farming. So that's probably what I'm going to do. So let's just keep fast forwarding.
Killing spree. Dominating, I guess.
Have been fortified. Radiant's top tower is under siege. Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked. Radiant's top tower is Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked. Radiant's bottom tower is under siege.
Killing impossible kill. A dominating for
Alright, now we can just go back 60 seconds. So basically, you can see I've been farming for 5 minutes, like I said. And now I have my Yasha. Actually, I have Manta, I believe, coming to me. Yeah, on the courier here. It's coming. So now I'm thinking, okay, I have Manta. I can fight. I cleared pretty much all the creeps here. I could push this, but I have this like itching feeling like, okay, I'm pretty good to fight. I haven't really participated much. They are kind of going mid, and we've already killed the Lycan. So I'm just going to send my Manta top so I still get some farm. So it's not like I'm not pressuring the map or clearing the wave. And now I'm just going to come here and try to participate in this fight because it looks like a pretty good fight for us. So I ult this guy. Now, unfortunately, it jumps over to these guys, and I could have killed the... I could have easily killed this guy here, but unfortunately it doesn't happen. So I kill I kill the Viper instead because it jumped that way. It's kind of unfortunate, especially because the Alchemist is kind of going ham on my team. And then this guy's dumb and just runs at me, so I just spin him down. So I get a double kill. You can see my team killed Lycan to start, but didn't kill anyone else, and this guy's still alive. It kind of sucks that my ult jumped to him. So anyway, now the fight is over. This is on cooldown. Back to farming. But now, because I'm on this side of the map, I would actually ideally be on this side of the map. Just because there's Ancients over here. And this is like a better place to be. But I'm not going to force it. That's the thing. Especially these days. Like maybe back in the older patches when the map was smaller, I would have forced it like to be over here or something like that. Like if I thought this was the better side of the map, I would have walked over or TP'd or something. But I didn't want to use a TP. Because obviously then you're just like... Spin TP is very, very good in this game especially. And then the other thing is I didn't want to, like, my team was already playing there, and I don't want to, like, interrupt my farming just to, like, cross the map. Now, I could have taken the... Now, I'm just TPing out. You might think this is, like, okay, that was kind of rushed. But, I didn't know how many, like, heroes they were bringing. I already spun, and so I didn't want, like, the whole team to just be running at me. And I also, the other actual main reason that I spun there is to just signal to my team to get out. Because this is the thing, it's like, I probably could have just, like, ran away or spun and ran away. But you can see they're, like, bringing almost all their heroes except for Viper. And if I stick around, my team might, like, try to fight, and then I know it's a bad fight. I still don't have ult. So I literally just TP'd there because I saw my teammates behind me. I knew it was a bad fight, and I'm just like, I'm just going to get out. Like, because I don't even want to bait my team into fighting when they think, like, oh, I want to fight, because I don't. I didn't have ult up. I already used spin. Like, I'm just TPing out. And now you can see I just walk back to the lane, and I'm just pressuring because I know they're all bottom. So I figure they might have some TPs, so I don't actually hit this with my hero, but I'm going to go top and just pressure the opposite side of the map to where the enemy is. That's pretty much just what I'm going to be doing. So, like, I have ult, but I already used TP to get out. So, like, this is the thing. These are probably, like, I'm making little mistakes, I'm sure. Like, this probably isn't the most ideal. I'm sure, like, a 10k Immortal player would be like, well, you should have done this, and blah, blah, like, you should, you know. There's all these different things that I should have done, which I'm certain of, that I can critique myself. But again, that's more like higher level stuff. What I'm talking to you about is just like the basics. This is like kind of the basics of just how you can even carry and stomp games at like Divine or below by just doing this kind of stuff that I'm doing here. Just making sure I'm pressuring like all the lanes. My team is on one side of the map. I'm on the other. Now, like again, I have spin TP and they can't kill me through it. So that's one of the reasons why too. That I'm very safe to do this. But otherwise, I'd pretty much be doing this on most heroes, too. Slark, I'd probably be participating a little bit more, because the hero does, you know, he doesn't buy Battle Fury, and he is good at participating, that kind of stuff. But this is the perfect example of what I do with splitting the map. And you can see my net worth is above the Alchemist's. I mean, Alchemist is not as crazy as a farmer as he used to be, but he's still very good. But you can see Alchemist is like fighting, and he's level 14. I'm level 17, and I have 14.5k net worth. And look at also what I'm doing. They're just like wasting their time. This fight doesn't do anything. Now, they probably could secure Roshan off of it, but it's still pointless. I just got a tier 2 for literally free for nothing. And yeah, my team support dies, but then they know, like, if they don't come back, they can't Rosh, because if they don't come back, I'm literally just going to hit their actual base, which is insane. It's a horrible trait for them. So yeah, that's pretty much how you, like, mid-game, that's just what you want to do. I'm just picking my fights, which you see I only fought like once or twice. I'm just picking my spots, and otherwise just farming, and just getting, like, super fat, and just really being very picky about when I show up. So let's just fast forward to another time that is more relevant. It's not a call for Rosh, because I have Butterfly, so this is a very good timing. So if they did want to fight around Rosh, which I don't even think they do, I know that it's a good fight for me. I have ult, I have my Butterfly timing, and it was just kind of natural. I was there. I'm also Jug. I could literally solo Rosh. I didn't even need my team, but I kind of called for it to just, like, do it. I'm pushing the lane primarily first, and then we're gonna, like, fight if we can. Now, I probably should have ran at this guy, because I'm not able to, like, I could have ulted him there, I think. I maybe was just barely in range. I'm, like, trying to ult him, but it doesn't end up working. And he just runs away. But hey, he used BKB at least, so that's fine. I have a great timing. This lane's open. We're just gonna go push. And you can see how it's just pretty straightforward. Like, I'm not really, like, panicking or doing anything crazy. My team isn't coming, which is kind of interesting. I ult on top of the creep wave, which sucks, but which was, like, that's a little bit of a mistake. That's what I would call, like, something that I did wrong. Like, I should have. That'll happen to me on Jug sometimes, where I just, like, forget that a creep wave is spawning, and then I just, like, oh, this is a good time to ult, and then I ult, and then the creep wave spawns, and I'm like, damn. But I hit level 20 during the pause, so now I have the broken talent. So now, like, I know, as long as they don't stun me and I have something to hit, I literally cannot die. So, yeah, just pretty straightforward. I do back up because the Invoker did die. I still have Aegis. I'm not going to waste it. I don't have ult. Like, I already use Spin. I already use Manta. I'm kind of weak. If they get, like, stuns or slows on me, I can die. So I just am like, okay, that's a good time to back up. No need to force it. That's the thing. You don't want to force it. There's really no need to force it. I already killed the... Like, even here, I'm like, maybe, and then they're still all there, so I'm like, I'm backing up. Like, I know they're not super strong. They can't really do much to me. I still have Aegis, like, I'm pretty strong, but I'm not going to, like, go in their face and force it. You know what I mean? So now let's fast forward a little bit till we get to use this Aegis. I mean, that wasn't anything. That was just, like, him being terrible. Just, like, walked at him, and he just died. Nothing really to say there. This Medusa is also very bad. It just, like, gets caught out in the jungle. So, like, this is the thing. If this is happening in my games, this is a Medusa support, by the way. If this is happening in my games, like, it'll happen in your games, too. Like, these people will just be dumb. If you just play very, like, almost robotic, like not with emotion, like, just doing stuff as you know it should be done, like, calmly, the game will actually just be pretty easy. So we take mid. We take bot. I still have 2 minutes on the Aegis here. I think we're going to push high ground. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, so I just walk up, Invoker uses Alacrity on me, and I just hit the tower. I kind of protect my Invoker here, but I'm just going to keep hitting the tower. So I want to get away a little bit, just because I don't want to, like, I don't want to man fight on top of the spit, because that will obviously stop me from lifestealing and critting. And then this guy kind of runs with me, so I just spin to get the tower, and this guy just comes in and just feeds. So this is one of those weird ones where it's like, I think I could ult, I think I could fight, but it's very awkward. Like, the guy's just dying. And there are creeps around, so I don't necessarily want to ult. But then I think once the creeps die, I think I ult right here after this. Or no, I just spin and back up, that's right. Because now they're all, like, kind of committing and coming full force. So yeah, now I'm just like, okay, well, I spun, my team is there, they died, I'm just getting out. kind of hiding in a weird spot because I don't want them to chase me. I'm just waiting for spin TP. So I just spin TP out. Probably could have spin TP top, but I never really like to do that in these lower MMR games or just like in general because I don't know if like someone just, you know, maybe my support TP'd top and I didn't know that or something, you know, because he just, I think he probably TP'd mid, but maybe he TP'd top and then it would have screwed me. So I still have 20 seconds left on the Aegis, but we're obviously not going to use it. But we got a Rax. It's fine. Now we're just kind of back to where we were. Basically before the Aegis. You see the Aegis is claimed. I have my Scotty. I'm not buying Diffusal because this guy is not a carry. I'm running in here because they're getting very aggressive and like we're all alive. So it's like I'm very hard to kill. Like I have so much net worth. It's insane. There, I ults, and it just jumped. First of all, why are these creeps here? That's very annoying. They have vision, I know, I guess, but that was just a terrible ult. Not just because it was bad, I think. I mean, it wasn't like the worst ult. It just literally only jumped on the Lycan summon, and then just the guy ran away. So that sucks. I mean, I know when I ult, like the Lycan summon is gonna absorb some of it. That's just like how. That's just how it's gonna go. But now I'm just saying, guys, back. What I should really do here is just like run away, but I'm just saying back. Like there's really no reason to commit into this because it's just like pointless. This guy dies to the tormentor like an idiot. But yeah, like I have no ult. There's really no point. I don't have my Ags yet. There's just like no point in fighting there when I've already wasted my ult. So now we're kind of back to, you know, doing what I normally do, splitting the map. Getting my farm. I'm very close to my Ags. Now I got my Ags. It's a good item timing. Okay, this is my one mistake I made all game. So I go here, and I'm like pretty aggressive. I'm like, you know, I can fight this guy. So he ults. And then I'm like, oh, well, spin TP. Well, I didn't realize. This is just a mechanic issue. So I do die. This is my one death in the game. I didn't realize that spinning technically means you're facing Medusa. I thought, like, if you were running this way, it would face that way. So I didn't really know that mechanic. So that's a bad death. Very bad death. And I actually thought maybe we might lose because of that bad death. Because they have an 8k lead now. Because, like, you look at, you know, I'm still high on the net worth, but my team is really not doing well. But thankfully, because this guy died too. Thankfully, they don't push very hard. We have a glyph. This guy respawns, and we're able to defend pretty hard. So that was a pretty bad death, but it was my one big mistake of the game. So now they try to push again when I'm up, which is very, very dumb. And I'm able to kill the Alchemist with my ult. And now we're back to pushing and getting the lanes right. Like you can see, I'm like I just never stop farming. My team wants to take Tormentor. I hate Tormentor. I feel like it's useless half the time. I go up here because we Rosh. Because we saw them Roshing, or we saw him trying to solo Rosh to go up there. That's obviously a dumb mistake by him. But that's pretty much the game he bought back. Then I smoke into here just to take this. And I think from here we just kind of win the game. So I use my Ags there, kind of to get out of the sticky situation, but also to clear the creep wave, because I know if I want to ult, I don't want this creep wave around. Now I just ult because they're going in on me. Unfortunately, I think it like ended there for some reason. I think it ended prematurely, maybe not, but I kill them. So I spin down this guy's wolves, and now it's just like, I think it's pretty much just, I can just man fight everybody now. We're outside their base. The Nyx is really the only stun. I have my Ags again. And like, if I just man up on people, they just cannot kill me.
They're unstoppable.
Easy.
Ultra kill. There's a fine line. That was unreal.
And you can see, this is just one of those that's like, this 100% is because of, this is 100% nothing like, yes, this hero is very good right now because of the Blade Dance lifesteal, but the reason that I'm winning this every fight here is because my net worth. Like, yes, I did get a, so let's just go back actually. Okay, so like right now, I'm like 5-6k ahead of everybody. And that's just like why. I'm literally an entire item ahead. I have Aegis. I can man up. I have a synthed Ags. And there's just nothing they can do. Because they have no stuns, which is very good for me. And then I'm just so far ahead that they just can't fight me. Because this is the, like, this guy doesn't actually do that much against me. He can't man fight me, and then this guy his hero is designed around having higher net worth. And so you can see how bad he is when his net worth is 10k lower than me. So, in any case, I think we just win the game off of this then. So we can just speed this up. Really not that big of a deal. I go to clear the creep wave here because I see that I'm checking the creeps in the lanes. The mid and top are pushed. So bot is pushing in, so I just have to make sure that we get creeps in the base, and then the game is basically over. I probably could have ended the game, but I always go for like the secure mega creeps if I can, just because even though almost always, unless it's like 20 minutes in the game and then we can just end the game. But if it's like a kind of late game situation like this, I will always, let's go back here. When it's a late game situation like this, I will always go for mega creeps. Just because it just makes sure no funny business happens where you're like hitting the throne and there's like, you know, 40% left or 25% left and somehow you die and then they push your base and win. Like, it's just so funny business doesn't happen. And we're going to win anyway, but anyway, that's how you win with Jug, but also that's how you carry games. Ags ult this guy and he has Lotus on. Anyway, that's how you carry games. You just like play methodically, especially as a carry. Play methodically. Play unemotionally. Just play like to farm, to get net worth, to be ahead of the enemy, and then just like look for good fights. Don't take stupid fights for no reason. Like, don't just like do dumb stuff on the map for no reason. Like, if you're not hitting creeps, there should be a reason that you're doing something other than hitting creeps. So, in any case, guys, that's the video. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, all those kinds of things. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.